To the Ace Parenting Podcast. My name is Dr. Anuoluwa. Today we're going to talk about fraud fighting, making sure your teenagers are in charge. This is a topic that is so passionate to my heart because of the jet age we are in. And I have a fantastic person here to speak to us about it. I have a friend, a colleague, Miss Anuoluwa Ojomo. She is a business risk specialist. She's working with one of the top investment banks here in the US. So this is asked by so many mothers, and that's why we had to bring this professional in. So welcome, Miss Anu. Can you talk more to us about it, please? About yourself, really. Introduce yourself. Let us know who you are.
Good afternoon, Dr. Anuoluwa. Thank you so much for this privilege. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for bringing me on board. And this is an amazing stuff you're doing with teenagers and their moms. It's very amazing. I've watched all of your videos. They're very nice. And everyone needs to get in here because I know that I've known Dr. Ayo for a while, and I know that anything you set your mind on, you're always passionate about it and you always want to get the best about it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for bringing me on board. My name is Anuoluwa Ojomo. I'm a mom of 2 preteens, right? So I'm sure you know what that is. It's a lot. I'm a business risk specialist. I work as a business risk specialist with one of the leading investment bank here in the US. And I also belong to several professional bodies like Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, Associations of Certified Anti-Money Laundering Specialists, just to mention a few, where, every day there's so much happening out there. I was even speaking with somebody recently, and then I was telling the person that here in the US, you would think there are no frauds or maybe scams don't happen. It's really bad here. And that's why we have to just keep making sure that we're watching and fighting as much as we can.
Absolutely. With the new age, and everybody just know that here there's credibility, there's authority with every association she's been with. So please listen attentively because it is a great deal. Many of our children now shop online. Many of them have their credit cards online, their faces online, everything online. Even their voices online. My daughter will get the phone and say, "Hey Siri," or whatever, do this, and it does. So all our information is there, even the cars we drive. So please, can you talk to us more about how can teenagers today take charge in fighting fraud and preventing themselves from being a victim of the current situation? Please talk to us.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Ayo, once again. I have a slide that I've prepared, right? I'm just going to read from the slide. I'm just going to bring out some points that I've made out for the teenagers, and they can always go back to it. The slides is well educative. They can go back to it and always read through it. It can be shared to their friends as well at school.
Fantastic.
So I'm just going to read through it, and then we go from there. So I'm going to start with the definition of fraud. What exactly is fraud? Because most teenagers just hear fraud. They don't really know what exactly it entails. Fraud is the deliberate deception or misinterpretation made by an individual or an entity. It could be an individual. It could even happen with an entity to gain an unfair advantage for a financial or personal gain. This can involve various forms of deceit. Fraud, when you hear fraud, there's deceit, some untrue information that's, something just to entice the public that you look at it and say, some people will take another look and say, too good to be true, while some people will just jump on it. Right. So, and the informations could be manipulative. It could be a manipulation of information, and it often harms the other party. Fraud can occur in many contexts, including business, finance, insurance, identity thefts, and online scams. So now we're going to speak about the 8 signs of identity theft, because those are the ones that are really, really, really important to us today, especially when it comes to teenagers. Every one of them want to go out there. They want to shop on Amazon. They want to shop on Shein. They want to put their card details there. And then, once they shop and they receive the order, most of them forget to take out their cards. They just leave it there. And what are these fraudsters looking for? They just go into, into those apps and just make sure that the card details are there, and they just start shopping.
Wow.
They shop and shop. And teenagers, they don't go back to check their balances. They don't know what their balances are in the bank. But, the fraudsters would have finished, spending the money without the teenagers knowing. Some of them, one of my kids, the youngest one, you know what she does? Once she takes my card and puts it on the site and she finished shopping, she doesn't even remember to take it out. Then I'll tell her, did you lock the account? She said, no, mommy, there's no need. Nobody can go in there. I said, no, but you have to. You have to. Because if you don't do that, those accounts are going to be hacked. They have different ways of hacking the accounts right now. So I'm just going to quickly speak about the 8 signs of identity theft.
Thank you. So what I hear you say is that anytime you put your card in to shop, you should take it out because you cannot guarantee security.
Yes.
Right?
Wow.
Yes. Even adults should do it. Adults, please listen.
Yes.
Because it's so convenient to leave your card in.
Yeah.
It's so convenient. Oh my goodness. Okay, please tell us more.
Yes. So number 1 of the signs of identity theft is you see withdrawals from your bank accounts that you can't explain. You see, when you finish shopping, you can only remember that you shopped at Amazon. But then again, maybe mommy is going through the accounts or daddy is going through the accounts and they see that, oh, there's a withdrawal from some random people. And you call your bank. Most of the time, what I do is I call my bank to say, I didn't authorize this transaction. Please, can you stop it? So they will say, okay, give them 3 to 5 business days to verify or check it. And then they'll get back to us and tell us what it was, if we ever advise those people to take money from our accounts. And we tell them, no, we did not. So what the bank then do is to just stop it. They will just stop the transactions and then probably block the card and issue you a new card. So the second one is medical providers bill. Medical providers bill you for services you did not use. That one is also very common. Very common. They just send you bills. You didn't go to the hospital. Your children did not go to the hospital. You didn't buy anything at the pharmacy. You just get a bill. Or maybe there's a transaction in your bank account, direct withdrawal, and you did not authorize it. So you have to be very careful. If it's a bill, that's fine. You don't have to pay it because you yourself, you already know that you did not go to the hospital. You have not even been to the hospital in the last 3 months. So why would I be getting a bill to say pay now? Right? So when you get such bills, when I get such bills and I know that I didn't go to the hospital, I just trash it because I didn't go to the hospital. Yeah. So that's the number 2 from the signs of 8 signs of identity theft that teenagers and their moms need to look out for. Number 3, you don't get your bills or other mails. Like now, you've told people maybe it could even be your electricity bill, it could be your water bill, it could be bills from your shopping and you don't get it, right? That means there's a problem. You need to call them to ask, what's going on? I'm expecting a bill. I should be getting a bill every month for so and so transactions. If you don't get those bills, you need to ask. You need to ask so you know if it's going to another email or it's going to another post box. You just need to ask. That's number 3. Number 4, medical claims are denied because records show you have reached your benefits limits. That's not true. Because your insurance card will always be there for those that have insurance. But for the patients that don't have insurance, you always have to pay out of pocket. So if you don't have to pay out of pocket, you have an insurance card in, the hospital would have told you at the beginning, and even if you have a My Chart, which heavy hospitals always deliver to every patient, it shows what your benefit limits are. When you visit the hospitals, it already tells you, okay, these are the services that we can render to you. Any other service are ahead of this or apart from this, you have to pay out of pocket. So it's already there in your charts. So getting a bill for medical claims, you already know is a no-no and is from the fraudsters. Number 5, a health plan won't cover you because your medical records shows a condition you don't have. Those are still part of the medical insurance fraudsters. Because like I said earlier, everything from the time that you were admitted as a patient, whether inpatient or outpatient, your chart already shows what you have, right? What you can what benefits you have and what benefits you can enjoy based on your insurance card. So all of this also are tailored into the insurance cards, or even if you are just an out of pocket patient.
Yeah.
So number 6, this one I have received this before. The IRS notifies you that more than one tax return was filed in your name. So I think last year I got a mail from IRS, and it's so difficult these days to get in touch with IRS. Yeah. You're on the phone, you can't even get them. It's so difficult. So this particular day, I received the mail and I'm like, I filed my taxes. I even got my tax returns. Why should I be getting this mail from IRS? So I called because I have a tax agent. That's the person that does my taxes for me. I called him and I told him, see, this is the mail I got. I scanned the mail and I sent to him. And he said to me, Anu, definitely that is a scam. You don't even need to just go put it in the trash. You don't need to do anything about that. Yeah. Also, another example on IRS and also like mortgage taxes, for those people that have had maybe mortgages here in the US, or maybe you've purchased a car at one point or the other, the agents usually tell you that, the loan agents usually tell you that after these transactions, you're going to be getting emails. When I say emails, you're going to be getting mails in your post boxes. Please disregard. Yeah. You already have an app. Let's say, okay, you have a mortgage with maybe Bank of America, a Wells Fargo. They would have created an app for you, a mortgage app for you, where they communicate with you. So receiving paper mails, those things are not from your mortgage. Yeah. They are not from your mortgage banks. They are not from your insurance companies. They are not from anywhere you purchased your car dealers. They are not from them. Yeah. So once you receive those, just put them in the trash. Like 2 months into us buying our home, we started receiving those kind of mails. And then there was a particular one that says, you haven't paid your monthly mortgage, this, and that. And a first-time home buyer, I was kind of scared. Yeah. So I reached out to the loan agents as well, because I always love to reach out. Yeah. And that's why I always advise the teenagers to always reach out as well. You don't just, when you get mails, when you get either physical mails, either mails via your emails, just reach out, ask the companies involved. Don't just jump and pay whatever you've been asked to pay.
I just love the things you've said about the 8 identity theft signs. Now, younger teenagers are like, this does not concern me, Exactly. But parents, this is for you. Teenagers 18 and above, this is for you, especially because number one, I remember you spoke about a few things: withdrawals from the bank, that you did not make, medical provider bills for conditions you don't have, benefits that were supposedly denied that you didn't even make, medical insurance bills, and more so mortgage bills or tax returns, But the truth of the matter is that as teenagers, you have to start learning. Some teenagers as early as 19, for my son is not yet 19, but he has his car, he has car insurance. You can start getting all those things. And guess what? One of the ways that we can know is when you first receive a $1 or $0.001 withdrawal from your account. You're like, oh, this is so small. I don't have to think about it. But that is the test case for the fraudster to see if it has gone in. After that, they just make the big withdrawal. So this is just so important. So thank you, teenagers. Parents, this is for you. You need to look out for those signs because many people are falling prey. Please tell us more. So how can we prevent this?
Yes, for there's something called securing your personal information. How do you secure your personal information? Some people like when you want to pay for stuff, maybe if you purchase anything and then you want to make a quick payment. A lot of people don't like to carry their cards around, right? So what they do is they put in their card details in Google, and there's something called Google Pay.
Yeah.
But you see that Google Pay, hackers can also hack into you. Once hackers hack into your Google account, they hack into your Google Pay and every other thing, and they start to shop. Do not forget your card details is on your Google Pay. Yeah. So how can you stop fraudsters from getting into your Google Pay? You can do 2 steps of authentication, which I do, and I've also told my children to do it. Fine, you don't want to carry your cards around. You want to authorize payments just from your Google Pay, Google accounts. Fine, it's very good. But if you must do that, you can either do a biometrics, unlocking your phone with your thumb. I do that as well. So anyone paying with that knows, anyone that wants to pay with your phone knows that they have to put your fingerprints before they can get access into your accounts. And then they can also send you like an authentication code. Yeah. It could be, the most I've seen is a 6-figure codes, right? They send it into your phone. They can either send it to your phone or into your email for verification. So once you get that code, there's going to be a dialog box that pops up before the transaction is approved. You put in the 6 digits, and then it says, then that way they can verify that truly this is Anu, or truly this is Ayo trying to purchase something. And then the transaction can be successful. Fantastic. That's under two-step authentication factor. Also, you can, teenagers are also advised to be cautious with links and downloads. Especially like most of them don't, when they are outside of the house, they don't have Wi-Fi. Anywhere they get to, they just want to quickly connect to the Wi-Fi.
Oh my God.
Any Wi-Fi that is not secured, I don't advise any teenager to connect to it.
I agree.
There are so many unsecured, even hotels these days. Yeah. We traveled, I think 2 weeks ago, we went on vacation to Virginia. And then my kids were so quick to log into the hotel, what's it called, Wi-Fi. But I asked them, I said, is this Wi-Fi secured? They said, Mommy, they don't care. They are not downloading anything. They don't have any of their personal information. They just want to watch stuff on YouTube and TikTok. I said, okay, that's fine. As far as you're not trying to make any transactions, you're not trying to do you're not downloading any personal information here, then it's fine. But if you're going to do any transactions, you're going to do something that is going to impact your future, I advise teenagers to only connect to Wi-Fi's that are secured.
Absolutely. I think I love that. I love the nugget that's okay, even if because many of us are just looking for free. We get to the hotel, even work laptops, personal phones, and we just want to connect to that Wi-Fi. But the question you are saying, or what everybody should be asking themselves, is that on this free Wi-Fi, am I making important transactions that can make me liable to identity theft? So everybody, one word is enough. Your 2-factor authentication is important. You're making sure that if you connect to a Wi-Fi that is not your home-based Wi-Fi, you don't conduct transactions that would make people hack into your secure accounts. Fantastic. What else?
Also, creating a strong password. Yeah. Not just any password that people know. These days, where I work, right? If you want to create, if your password expires and you have to create another one, you have to use whatever alphabet you have to use. There has to be alphabet, there has to be letters, there has to be unique identifiers, either an underscore, an @ sign, or something. He doesn't just have to be alphabets alone. Alphabets, capitals, one of the alphabets has to be in capital letters. And then teenagers should not share their passwords with anyone. I have an example here. My daughter's school, when they give them, she goes to a charter school. So when they give them their passwords, they also mail it to us on the parent portal. And they already told them that you don't share your password. There's no best friends in password. You don't share your passwords with your best friend.
Yeah.
As far back as it can be, since it has to do with your learnings, it has to do with your grades, it has to do with everything you do at school. You don't want to share your password with anybody, because anybody can just log into your account and then send something into the Google Classroom, and everyone thinks you're the one.
Exactly.
So you have to teenagers have to learn to create strong passwords, and they have to learn not to share the passwords with anyone.
And this is
it should be
common.
known to them and them alone.
Exactly. I love that. Having a strong password and not sharing. I like that. There's no friend in password.
No friend in password.
It has happened before. And I think I also like the fact that when you finish whatever you're doing on your phone or computer, close it. I remember a case in my daughter's school where one of the students left the laptop, without closing it out, and somebody else went to go and type something while it was running. Okay, eventually they got those people, because the school camera was watching who was the last time at that time that was in the class and on the laptop.
Nice.
But it's already created a lot of things for that child. Right? So I love what we just spoken, because many people overlook telling their children this.
Yes,
So
very,
watching,
very
parents
important.
watching, these are so important things, two-factor authentication, strong password, don't log into free Wi-Fi without making sure that it is secure, and don't make important transactions. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, this has really been very good. Is there any last thing you feel that we should take away with us? That your last one, say, if you are going to hear anything from what I've said, these are the things that must be, that you must not miss out.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Ayo. The last words, in conclusion, and then the final words for them is verify contacts, monitor your financial statements for those of them that already have financial statements. Make sure you stay informed. There are so many, the fraudsters too, they are learning new things. Just the way we are learning new things to make sure that we attack the fraudsters. They are also learning new things. So stay informed. Do not click on, for those of them that are on WhatsApp or any other applications, make sure in those applications, make sure you don't click on any links that you do not trust. Do not click on any links. Keep your information, your social security. You don't need to carry your social security around. Keep it at home. Don't keep it in your wallet. Keep your information safe. Do not share your passwords or any important information with your friends. Your Google Pay, make sure you keep it secured. Create a two-step authentication just to be safe. Thank you.
Fantastic. This has just been impactful. This is something, and I just want to say thank you for being here today. Everybody, if you've not subscribed yet, subscribe at this point to this YouTube channel. You will get a lot of information, and then other people will be able to get it. And then you get notified when we release new videos. So thank you, Miss Anna. This has just been a blessing. But what's next what is on your agenda next? What is the next project that you're having? Because I know as you have so many things on your fingers right now. So what is next for you? And where can people find you?
Yes, next, I'm going to be targeting like teenagers that, am I going to say teenagers or youths that are trying to secure a job? Because recently, a friend of mine was involved in a job fraud. So, we are already towards the end of the section. A lot of people are going to be graduating from the college, and they're going to be looking out for jobs. Recruiters are going to be reaching out to them. I'm just going to share lastly, I'm just going to quickly share the experience. Not all jobs, not all recruiters are real, even from LinkedIn. This recruiter reached out to a friend of mine, and then everything looked very nice. It was too, like I always say, the scammers is always too good to be true. That's how those things come out. So they offered him a job, and then said they were going to be paying 4,800 monthly to start with, which is very good. And then the part that wasn't really okay for me was they said they were going to send him a MacBook, that they were going to send him a voucher to go purchase the MacBook. They were going to send him a check to go. Ever since I've been working, I've never seen that. So in my next agenda, I'm going to be targeting youths that are going to start looking for jobs. Yeah. They need to, there's also something called job fraud. So they need to look out for that. I'm also going to target the citizens that are vulnerable, right? The ones that, maybe the ones that have dementia, the ones that fraudsters can easily call, and then they just ask them questions and they just give out their information. I'm going to target speaking to them. I'm going to target speaking at the assisted living facilities, and then speaking to the youths that are currently going out of college, so that they know what to look out for.
Fantastic. These are
and also the
courses.
Small businesses, the small business owners.
Fantastic, because really the youth are the most vulnerable. The people that are also vulnerable are people with disabilities and the elderly. The elderly,
yes,
are people that just go in as well. So thank you for all this. I really appreciate you. We're going to invite you some other time because we want you to just speak to this very important menace in our society that people are just oblivious of. So thank you again, everybody. Thank you for joining and for listening to the end. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm rooting for you. Look out for me next week. So bye. Take care. Cheers.
Thank you so much. Bye.